Hello and marhaba, I'm Hania and welcome to the Teal Tadjine. Here I present recipes and dishes from my North African Algerian kitchen. Every culture seems to have its own pancake, and here in Algeria we have a special one called the Bagherir. It also has the nickname of the pancake with 1,000 holes. Homey, comforting and light, these pancakes have basically 1,000 holes that make a delicious start to any breakfast or even Ramadan suhour meal. They have a light, spongy texture. They're fluffy and chewy with a slightly sour taste that reminds us of freshly baked bread. Bagherir are only cooked on one side, so they develop these little holes much like a crumpet, which allows honey and melted butter to permeate all through the pancake. The ingredients needed for this pancake are pretty standard items that you can find in any. All the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe can be found on the screen as well as in the description box below. Don't forget to also give this video a like if you've enjoyed it, and also share with a friend. Bismillah, let's go over all the ingredients that we're going to need to make our North African pancakes with 1,000 holes called Bagherir. So our first ingredient that we're going to need is semolina flour, as you can see here. We also have some all-purpose flour. I have some room temperature water here in this jug. I have orange blossom water, which is called maskhar. If you can't get orange blossom water where you live, you can just omit this if you like. I also have a packet of baking powder, which is 10 grams or about 2 teaspoons. And here I have just a pinch of salt. And then I have vanilla essence. You can also use vanilla extract if you like. Here I have sugar, and here I have dry yeast. You can use fresh yeast also if that's what you have. So bismillah, another tip for you, that in Western Algeria and some parts of Morocco, fresh saffron threads are used to color the Bagherir so that they have a really appealing, nice golden color. So I'm going to begin by adding all my ingredients to my blender here. So I'm going to add in my water first. And now I'm going to add in my yeast, my vanilla, sugar, and the pinch of salt. I'm going to add it at the end. So I'm going to get all that in there, and I'm going to leave the salt for the end. Also the packet of baking powder, my orange blossom water as well. And now I'm going to add in my flour. So as you can see, I've been adding the lightest ingredients into my blender and going to the heaviest. So obviously the reason for that is I don't want the heavy ingredients to be stuck on the bottom of my blender and making it all really hard to blend. And now finally I am going to be adding in my semolina. So I'm going to cover that with the lid and turn it on slow. So of course we do want to scrape down the sides of our bowl, because as you can see here, the semolina is here at the side. We don't want anything stuck to the side. We want everything to be really nicely incorporated into our batter. We want a really nice and smooth dough. That's the whole point of using the blender here. Traditionally, this pancake crepe batter was prepared, of course, in a bowl with a whisk, using only semolina, using a natural sourdough, which they had fermented over a few days. I like this preparation better compared to the traditional method because it is simple. It's only about 15 minutes wait. When your batter is nice and smooth, it'll look like this. It'll already start to form the bubbles, as you can see here. We're going to cover that with the lid, and then I'm going to put a clean kitchen towel over it so that it can rise and activate, and we'll have all those really nice bubbles that we want in our Bagherir pancake. So I'll see you in about 15 minutes, inshallah. So to prepare our honey mixture for our Bagherir, all I'm going to do is take a small sauce pot just like this, put it on my fire, and I'm going to add my honey right into it, inshallah. So you can use as little or as much honey as you like. It's really up to your preference. So you can top your Bagherir any way you like. You can use the mixture that I'm going to prepare now, or you can just simply top it with any kind of honey that you like, natural, real honey, or you can just use something like maple syrup or even pancake syrup if you like, some jam. You can possibly thin out the jam with some water and make it more syrupy, or even just top it with something like fruit puree or even Nutella. Or you can eat it in a savory way. You can top it with olive oil as they do in Kabylia, or you can even use it as a vessel for sandwiches by spreading cream cheese or something like that inside. There's so many ways to enjoy Bagherir. So all I'm doing, I'm letting my honey heat up so that it does thin out a bit, and then I'm going to be adding in my butter. And now I'm going to be adding in my butter. I am using real butter. So I've used real butter here. You can optionally use margarine if you like, or any kind of non-dairy butter substitute if you are vegan. So as you can see, it kind of bubbled up. And now I'm just going to turn off the fire and let that cool down a bit before I add my suhour, which is orange blossom water. So we definitely don't want to add our suhour in while our honey is really super hot. We're going to let it cool down just a little bit. Honey mixture has been cooling for just about 5 minutes. It's cool enough where I can actually touch the pan. And now I'm just going to add in my suhour, my orange blossom water. So now it's been about 15 minutes. Let's take a look at our batter. So as you can see, this is what our batter looks like. There's a lot of little holes. So this is what our batter should be looking like. As you can see, it's already starting to look like a little Bagherir. You see all the little holes. So if you don't see the little holes, what it means is that either you haven't let your batter rest long enough or your yeast is old. So here you can see our prepared rested batter, which is ready to be baked off, as you can see. So what I'm going to basically do is I'm going to take a skillet, a frying pan, or even a flat Tadjine, and slowly heat it up on my cooktop. You always want to cook your Bagherir on the lowest heat possible because you want it to be a nice pale color on the bottom. A browned or even burnt Bagherir will always be really bitter tasting. Cook the Bagherir only on one side, being very patient, allowing all of the nice holes to form and cook slowly. So it does take some patience when cooking Bagherir because it does take a while for the Bagherir to actually completely cook, but it's well worth it. Children also really enjoy watching the little holes form. You never want to cook your Bagherir on a high heat, as I mentioned, and you never want to cover it with a lid. Once you've cooked your Bagherir, you can lay it on a kitchen towel, as I've done there, and allow it to cool before stacking. Bagherir can stay in the refrigerator for about 5 days or 3 months if wrapped properly and put it in the freezer. When you serve your Bagherir, just drizzle your honey mixture over the Bagherir or any other topping that you would like to use. Just to remind you, you can also eat your Bagherir in a savory way with cream cheese or any other toppings that you like, inshallah. I hope that you did enjoy this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a like and also share with a friend. I wish all of you a happy and blessed Ramadan, and inshallah, see you in the next video.